This is Michael Hill reporting for sbknewstv.co.uk here at Brno for the sixth round of the 2012 European Superstock 600 Championship. I'm joined now by Australian rider Corey Snowsill. Corey, it's the first time that we've had the pleasure of talking to you on camera this year. So first of all, thanks for taking time out after first practice. Before we talk about Brno this weekend, let's talk about your championship in general and what's been the highs and lows of your season so far, just for the benefit of those viewers that have maybe never come across you before.
Yeah, we started off in Imola. We started off in Aragon testing in February and March. We did 2 days there and then 2 days in Valencia, and it was a totally different bike to what I've ever ridden before. Yeah. And I'd ridden a 600, an R6 back home a couple days, but this bike over here is just totally different. Like the whole setup, the feeling, the power, everything was just really different. So I did the 2 test days and then went to Imola thinking I was going to be, pretty quick, top 15, but I got there and I was in 28th. I qualified 28th, and it was a bit of a shock, bit of an eye opener. So we just kept pushing on, and I got I think I finished 26th there, got a bit of arm pump, bit of a bugger, but and then went into Assen, got taken out. So that was another big low. That was a very big low. And then went to Monza. I was starting to look forward. I was 2 cents off pole. I was still in 28th, but we were getting much closer time-wise. So that was a bit more of a high. And then I ended up finishing 16th there, so just out of the points, but I was still happy. So
that is the worst place to finish, isn't it? 16th. I remember when I was racing, 1 place out of a point. That's a bummer, isn't it?
It was a bugger. So so that was good. I went into the next round. Where was the next round? Misano. Yeah. And my coach from Australia, he's Alan Samuels from California Superbike School, came over and wanted to help me out with a little bit of setup and just more so me, because I think my riding style, I'd created a few bad habits with no one really watching me over here. So I went around and he picked out a few of my faults, and I picked the new things I was doing wrong up a lot easier, and I went a lot quicker. So I qualified 16th and finished 13th, and that was a good result, I thought.
And I think that's where we first really got to speak to you here at Superbike News TV, and I think to say that really was, for me, the turning point in the championship. I mean, we cover all of the races, but for me, I think, as you said, maybe not the season you'd wanted, but you got to Misano and something just clicked, something just changed, and then you went on to Aragon and another strong result there. Yeah. So you're on the roll now. Yeah. And so we're here in Brno. It's a circuit that have you tested here, or you've not been here at all? No. So what are your first thoughts after this morning's session? Because you guys have been out already at 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I did a cycle around the track early this morning, and it felt really smooth. And I went out on the bike and it felt quite bumpy. There's a few big holes and a few blind things that you can't see because there's not much sun here, so there's no real shadow. So I had a bit of a loose moment a couple of times, and but it's very flowing, very just kind of just easy side to side and smooth. But the biggest thing I found was trying to link corners at this track. Like, you got to really concentrate on getting that to that turn point to make that good drive, because there's a lot of corners where you have to have that good drive coming out, but then again you got to have that good entry, so you can't really rush anything. And but I was in 9th at the end of the session, and then 2 riders got me as I was on my last lap. They got me, so I finished in 11th, which I was happy with. I was 0.2 or 0.3 off my teammate, which is he raced here last year, so I'm quite happy, and we made a few changes, so hopefully it's better for qualifying 1.
Yeah, no, fantastic. And I have to say, yesterday we flew out from Stansted yesterday, and my heart did miss a beat when I saw you coming through security, because I remember the flight back from Misano and almost getting evicted from EasyJet because of the things you were throwing at me. So I turned to Frank, one of my colleagues, and said to him, I just pray he's not on the flight. So when you got on the flight to Prague and we got on the flight to Brno, I could sleep easy, so it was good. But do you normally do that kind of thing to relax, just fling things at people on planes? Is that what you do in your spare time?
Nah, just you, Michael.
Just me. I feel special. But so let's turn our attention back to racing for a second, Corey, and this weekend. What are you hoping for? I mean, a strong start, as we've said already in free practice. Top 2 rows of the grid for qualifying and a top 6 finish. Is that maybe a little bit too much at this point? Or I personally don't think so, but I think you've got to be aiming for that.
Yeah, I mean, I come here to win, but I think a really good step is and goal is to be, better than I qualify, but I'm really looking for a top 5. So hopefully 5th or 6th, I'd be really happy with that.
Fantastic. And one final thing, just for anyone that is following you, have you got a website or a fan page or somewhere? If people who watch this, do you actually start wanting to follow your career and your results rather than just picking it up on the TV channel? Is there a place that they can actually go and see that?
I don't have a website as such. I've got Twitter and I've got a Facebook fan page. So it's Corey Snowsill Racing number 10. So just look that up. And I'd also like give a huge thanks to my main sponsor back home, Iceberg Enterprises. He's done. I wouldn't be here. Literally wouldn't be here without him. So he's put everything in and tried to make, life not so I've been quite homesick. So he's been, doing a lot for me.
You're not going to start crying, are you? Still, Johnson, you set me off, mate,
No. So, and I'd like to thank all my other sponsors like Kabuto Helmets, Diamond Leathers, Daytona Boots, California Superbike School, Nudie Juice, Juice Plus. Thanks heaps, guys. I really appreciate it.
No worries. No, appreciate also you taking some time out. Good luck in qualifying in for the rest of the weekend, and I'm sure we'll see you on the grid with some other crazy glasses. I don't know what I'm going to wear yet, but we'll plan something funny.
I've got a good surprise. Thanks, Mike.
Cheers, Corey.
Thanks.